The referee does get us underway, and Solihull Moors will get us kicked off. They're kicking from right to left, right in front of us here. In the press box, it's sent high forward, headed away by Alex Lacey. Going to drop kindly for Kyle Rawlinson to head away again. Difficult to see here from this angle because we've got a giant pillar in the way, covering a fairly big chunk of the goal all the way to our right-hand side. So we'll have to cross the chipper to find out whether the ball's gone in or not. But yeah, hopefully we'll make do. So Notts have a free kick. 27 minutes gone here at Dampson Park, 0-0, and Alex Lacey will step up to take it in his bright green boots, sends it through the middle looking for Mitch Rose, but Mitch Rose wasn't quite aware of it. It's cleared away downfield by Tyrone Williams. Over down the right hand side, head back in play. It's actually going to break kindly for Paul McCallum. McCallum's going to twist and turn and go down the right hand side again, but it's well picked off, and Jake Beasley's trying to get the better of Zamana Bakayoko. He's not going to, and now Notts can bring the ball forward down the left hand side this time with Tom Crawford, and Crawford's got a lot of time and space to run into here. He's got not Damien McBroy, Zamana Bakayoko with him. He's also got Dion Kelly-Evans with him, and the ball is whipped in towards the edge of the penalty area. It's going to be cleared away. A slight elbow there from Zamana Bakayoko, and that'll be a free kick to Solihull Moors. Opening first minute and a half here, live on BBC Radio Nottingham on all frequencies as well, and online and on DAB. We'll have full live commentary of Forest against Wigan tomorrow with updates on Bradford City against Mansfield Town. But at the moment today, we are all about Notts County. A minute and a half gone, still 0-0. It's the Solihull Moors goalkeeper Ryan Boot. He's about to put his boot through the ball with his free kick. It's midway inside the Solihull Moors half. Goalkeeper wearing all red. He sends it forward down the right hand side. It's going to be challenged by Daniel Wright, and Wright tries to get the better of Zamana Bakayoko, but he's actually managed to get a neat little touch in towards McCallum. McCallum heads it back, but it's cleared away nicely for Notts County, and now it's going to break kindly for Tom Crawford. One of the 4 changes made by Neil Arley. Off goes Wes Thomas down the left hand side. He's got Nathan Tyson with him. Here's Crawford again. Crawford looking to turn. It's back with Zamana Bakayoko midway inside the Solihull half. He's looking to go through the middle, all the way back up towards Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson goes out wide towards Dion Kelly-Evans. He's got room to cross if he can skip past his man. It's still with Dion Kelly-Evans right in front of the Notts fans. Whipped in, cleared away by Alex Gudger. Good ball in as well, but it's just cleared away by Alex Gudger in the end. Notts slowly turning the screw here on Solihull Moors, trying to get their style of play implemented, as we were talking about ahead of the game today. Didn't quite come off for them that time.
Yeah, good passing movement by Notts though the first time. They definitely are playing this 4-3-3 formation, matching Solihull up in the early stages, with Michael Doyle sitting centrally, the deepest line in the midfield. Mitch Rose slightly to the left of him in a more advanced position, and Tom Crawford in that advanced position on the right hand side. And we've got Nathan Tyson pulling to the left hand side, Wes Thomas to the right hand side, with top scorer Kyle Wootton down the middle centrally. So, say, 2 very similar lineups. I'm sure Neil Ardley will have factored that in when he's gone to this 4-3-3 formation, how Solihull play. We've seen already in the opening couple of minutes that they are not going to mess around in getting the ball forward.
Indeed. 3.5 gone, still 0-0. Live on BBC Radio Nottingham. It's just been pointed out to me that as it is the season to see old friends and old family, one of the Notts County family, Lee Hughes, is in the Notts Crown over on the far side. We can't see him, but we are told he's there. So happy Christmas and happy New Year to Lee Hughes. Hope you have a good one. The ball is with Carl Wootton just inside the Solihull half, and that could be an interesting challenge, and it was on Tom Crawford, who was trying to dart forward down the right hand side, and he was actually just barged into by Jamie Record, I think it's pronounced. So Jamie Record nearly giving away a free kick there. It did go out for a throw, and so Notts will take the throw quickly. It switched over to the right hand side. Zamana Bakayoko is going to try and challenge with Daniel Wright, but Zamana Bakayoko was bundled to the floor, and Notts will have a free kick just inside their own half down this left hand side. Neil Ardley and Neil Cox heading onto their touchline to bark instructions, and so the free kick will be taken quickly by Alex Lacey just inside towards Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson picks out Tom Crawford. A bit of a wayward pass by Crawford back towards Zamana Bakayoko. Just about made it there in the end though, as Alex Lacey pings one from left to right. Didn't quite find Dion Kelly-Evans in the end, who was charging forward from right back. Right idea though, just didn't quite have the execution. It just goes out in front of the travelling Notts County fans, about 1,000, just under 1,000 or so, making this short journey over towards Birmingham. Coming up to the 5-minute mark here at Solihull Moors, still 0-0. Ball is poked through down the right hand side toward Jake Beasley, and Beasley's got the run in here against Dion Kelly-Evans, and Kelly-Evans did well to stick out a leg, but it's going to break kindly for Jamie Record. Record was fouled over on that far side as well. It's a good position for a free kick for Solihull Moors, and that's going to be an interesting one. Not entirely sure who's going to be taking this one, but it's going to be a really good opportunity to put the ball into a good area, see if Solihull can capitalise. They've not really had too much to do in this game so far. 5.5 minutes gone, it's still 0-0, but Solihull Moors do have a big opportunity here. Yeah,
it's a good position for a free kick. And Wes Thomas not happy with the referee's decision. I think he's got justification to be unhappy. Looked like he'd won the ball out on that attacking left-hand side for Solihull Moors. And now this free kick almost level with the Notts County penalty area. A few yards in from the touchline. Chance to whip in a dangerous ball.
Jamie Osborne, I think, is the man who's going to be whipping it in. And the referee is just making sure that everything's all in order for the free kick to be taken. The ball is whipped in from the left-hand side. It's flicked up in the air. It's still not cleared by Notts County, and eventually Michael Doyle gets his header to it. It's cleared away, but it's back in towards the edge of the penalty area. Still don't clear it. It's going to be smashed away by Bakayoko. Bakayoko couldn't quite get hold of it either, and now Solihull can recycle it. It's whipped in by Jamie Record towards the far post, and it's going to be met by Callum Howe, and now off goes Nathan Tyson, darting down that left-hand side, and he's just had to barge into Tyrone Williams to try and put him off. Tyrone Williams did well, but the goalkeeper's in a spot of bother here, and Nathan Tyson nearly capitalised on it. Tyrone Williams put him in all sorts of trouble inside his own penalty area. And Wes Thomas, in fact it was Carl Wootton who was trying to track back and retrieve the ball, and in doing so conceded a foul. But yeah, really eerie moment for the Solihull Moors goalkeeper.
Yeah, Ryan Boot taking an unbelievable chance. The ball rolled back to him from his right back, Tyrone Williams, electing to take a touch. He's fought through everything so far, but electing to take a touch that time, and very nearly allowing Nathan Tyson to close him down and block his ball out. But they managed to just about scramble the ball clear and end up winning this free kick in their own right back spot.
Yes, and Nathan Tyson, one of the 4 changes made by Neil Ardley. Obviously he's got his freshness squad up somehow, given the fact that he's got a lot of games to contend with in the space of a couple of days. We're sort of midway through the festive period. And the ball is sent forward from Solihull Moors. 7.5 minutes gone, and it's still 0-0, live on BBC Radio Nottingham. It's going to be back with Jamie Record. It's sent high forward towards the edge of the Notts County penalty area, and both the keeper and the keeper's gone out here. It's going to be struck towards goal by I think it was Jimmy Ball in the end, who struck it, caught it well enough, and it just whistled past Sam Slocum's left-hand post. Very difficult to see here actually where it was going, because there's a giant post right in front of us here in the press box, but not a bad effort, and Notts nearly were caught napping there. Steve.
Yeah, again having to defend another long ball. It's Lacey wanting the free kick, nothing coming as it dropped in right. I think it was Ball who hit it with his right foot, sliced across it, and again the curious decision to have the commentary spot in a restricted view seating is interesting. We saw him strike it. We didn't quite see where it ended up. We think it was a few yards wide of that left-hand post of Sam Slocum, but we can't tell you, we wouldn't swear to it.
Now here goes Nathan Tyson, pokes it back to Mitch Rose, who dinks one over towards Dion Kelly-Evans. Good ball as well. Oh, it was almost a good ball. Dion Kelly-Evans just couldn't quite keep up with it. It goes out of play for a Solihull throw. But you can just see signs of just the way how Notts want to play. They want to get the ball on the floor very quickly and try and bring in the likes of Kelly-Evans and Zamana Bakayoko on either flank. Yeah,
that's going to be a key outlet for them today when you play 2 teams, 4-3-3, both narrow teams. I mean, to be fair, it's a fairly narrow pitch, but the fullbacks can be an outlet for Notts. We know Neil Ardley likes to get them high up the pitch, and they're going to be the ones that provide the width and maybe that overload in wide areas.
Notts win the ball back with Doyle wearing those bright red boots, trying to thread one through towards Tom Crawford, who twists and turns and gives it out wide towards Dion Kelly-Evans again. Seen a lot of the ball is Dion Kelly-Evans. 9 minutes gone, still 0-0, but now here goes Crawford again. Has to roll it back to Michael Doyle, infield to his midfield partner in Mitch Rose, gives it forward towards Wes Thomas, and Thomas has just charged down. Neil Ardley just punches his own fist in frustration, because he knows they could be doing a little bit better there, trying to bring the ball forward and trying to find those gaps in the Solihull Moors back line. And this time Ryan Boot does put his foot through it. Nearly lands in the dugout there. A couple of the Notts substitutes jumped out the skin a little bit. It just landed behind them there.
Yeah, sliced effort, wasn't it, from the keeper there? But Neil Ardley just frustrated. It was a good little ball around the corner from Mitch Rose into the feet of Wes Thomas. 25-30 yards out. He just couldn't quite sort his feet out with the ball and get it out of his feet and allow Notts to build just a few seconds ago, and that was the frustration from Neil Ardley's point. It was a good opportunity, good position. West Ham's just wasting that opportunity.
Notts trying to make another good opportunity with Dion Kelly-Evans over on that far side, inviting Wes Thomas to come in and try and win the ball back, but it was Nathan Tyson who tried to get there. In the end, he was bundled to the floor, fairly, says the referee. But Nathan Tyson showing good work ethic, trying to charge down the clearance from Jamie Record. That one goes out of play and out of the stadium as well. Nicely placed into Birmingham Airport, and it's just a couple more planes flying over us here.
First ball out the ground. I don't think that's going to be the last today. What do you reckon?
Yes, I'm sure they've got a couple of bags of balls. All
fourth official needs to get it out there, doesn't he? He's taking his time as if somebody's gone to fetch that, like an old Sunday morning game. Can we have our ball back, please?
Yeah, you've got to climb over a couple of fences, a couple of big fences as well surrounding Birmingham Airport. Wonder how many they've got. Anyway, 11 minutes gone here. It's still 0-0 live on BBC Radio Nottingham. Don't forget, we will have full match commentary of Forest at home to Wigan tomorrow on match day. Final match day of 2019. Updates as well on Bradford against Mansfield Town. We're going to break off because Tyrone Williams is darting down that right-hand side up against Mitch Rose, and he's managed to sell Mitch Rose there just a little bit, and it's dinked down the line towards Jake Beasley. Beasley's trying to twist past his man, and he tries to pick out a ball infield. It's back with Jimmy Ball. Ball's trying to twist and turn, thread it through towards Jake Beasley again. Picks out a good cross as well towards the far post. It's just over Paul McCallum. McCallum's going to try and win the ball back, but that's all dear. That looked a bit of a nasty challenge there. I think it was Dion Kelly-Evans who felt the force of it. He's still on the floor. He was trying to run and trying to get the ball back off Paul McCallum. A bit of concern here already for Notts County and for Neil Ardley. I think it is Dion Kelly-Evans. It's difficult to see over on the far side.
It's Dion Kelly-Evans has gone down, and Sam Slocum came racing out of his goal there. He wasn't happy with that challenge from Jamie Record on the far side. It is right on the opposite side from where we are, but it looked a little bit late, a little bit clumsy. Thankfully, Dion Kelly-Evans back up to his feet, just feeling the after effects of it, but he'll be able to continue. But yeah, when you look at players' reactions, it's not very often you see Sam Slocum give a reaction like that, go racing 20-25 yards to remonstrate with the referee.
It's normally so calm and composed situations like that. Not today though. Wearing all pink is the Notts keeper, Sam Slocum. The ball sent forward by the right foot of the Notts goalkeeper. It's going to be picked up well by Mitch Rose, and Rose bundles his way through here, strikes one low, and it's deflected and out of play for a corner. Notts' first corner of the game. Mitchell Rose really battling his way through midfield there, and he saw the opportunity, tried to strike it low inside the goalkeeper, but he was striking it into a wall of blue on the edge of the box. So opportunity there, Stan.
Yeah, he has done well, Mitch. He's won that 50-50, got it out of his feet, right foot. A couple of goals at Halifax a couple of games ago. Obviously feels like in good scoring form. Tried his luck, deflected out, and Notts will have their first corner from their attacking right that Michael Doyle is over there going to take.
Scored a couple already. There's Mitch Rose. And Notts are trying to work the short corner here over on the far side, but at the moment it's being held up by the linesman, but the ball is whipped in towards the near post. It's flicked away at that near post, but Carl Wootton's done well to win it back. Strikes one towards goal, but he gave away the free kick in the process. And Solihull Moors can breathe again. 13.5 gone, still 0-0, but a couple of early chances for Notts.
Yeah, good effort. Carl Wootton, I think it wouldn't have counted. I think the ref blew just for the elbowing or pushing the Solihull defender off, but to my mind, it was the centre forward showing a bit of strength against the defender, but I suppose I would say that.
Oh, of course now. So Notts aiming for their third successive win for the first time this season. Samana Bakayoko to take this throw right in front of us here, midway inside the Solihull Moors half, down the left-hand side. Just trying to gain a couple of yards here as Wes Thomas has made himself available. Edge of the penalty area. Still Wes Thomas looking to drive inside that left-hand channel. Rolls it through towards Nathan Tyson. Good challenge coming in though. Nathan Tyson had to jump quite a height to get over the oncoming defender. Here's Tyson again down the left-hand side. Still with Tyson, looks to pick out a cross towards the far post, but that one was going to roll out harmlessly and out of play for a Notts throw. Must have taken a bit of a deflection on its way through. So Notts have an opportunity to put the ball into a good area as well. Try and take advantage of the height of Carl Wootton, Wes Thomas and Nathan Tyson. 15 gone, still 0-0.
Yeah, I think Mitch Rose is jogging across. He's going to take it from over there in front of all them Notts fans. So he travelled about 1,000 of them, making a good bit of noise and good numbers as well. And it's the first real opportunity we've seen for Mitch Rose to get his long throw out. and see whether Notts can prosper from it.
Fingers crossed. They've got Alex Lacey standing as the only man back as Mitch Rose looks to throw this one in. It's flipped up in the air. It's going to drop kindly. Oh, it's Michael Doyle who caught it beautifully on the volley. Struck towards goal again by Alex Lacey, and that one goes all the way out of the ground. We'll need a new ball, please, fourth official. But yeah, Michael Doyle really caught that one well. I think it was with his right foot, really trying to keep it low and on target as well. It was blocked by a sea of, well, red and white, not red and white, black and white and blue and yellow. But yeah, really good catch there from Michael Doyle.
Yeah, really good strike as it dropped. You know, anything Mitch Rose can do a couple of games ago against Halifax, it was a very similar strike as the ball dropped from the long throw, headed clear, but only to the edge of the box. Michael Doyle running onto it, hitting it on the volley, and it was travelling. And it was certainly goal bound, but well blocked. Solihull able to clear the danger. Alex Lacey's follow-up shot from 30 yards, not quite got the same power or accuracy.
Yes, saw the headlines on the back pages, and unfortunately it didn't quite come off, so he sent that one straight out of the stadium. Played 16 minutes here at Damson Park, and still Solihull 0, Notts 0 as the throw comes in down the left hand side. It's flicked away, but it's going to be hammered away by Dion Kelly-Evans, who looks like he's shaken off that injury that he picked up earlier in the game, and it's headed back in towards Doyle, who smartly controls it and volleys it out wide towards Zamana Bakayoko, who's got the pace to try and dart down that left hand side, feeds it in field towards Tom Crawford, but Crawford's touch just lets him down slightly, and that allows Solihull to come away with the ball. Bit of a heavy touch in the end, but to Tom Crawford's credit, he tracks back, tries to win the ball back, and in the end concedes a throw. But yeah, had Tom Crawford controlled that a little bit better, maybe would have had a bit of an opportunity for Notts to have a strike at goal. Yeah,
it's a shame that. Yeah, it was a good little move. Nice spot from Michael Doyle in the middle of the park, just spreading the ball around out to the left-hand side. Bakayogo's got plenty of room to move into, and his ball inside to Crawford. Unfortunately, Crawford just took his eye off the ball, let it roll under his foot, and Solihull able to clear.
Ball is headed away by Alex Gudger. It's back inside with Callum Howe, who has to just roll inside back to his goalkeeper. It's headed away easily by Alex Lacey. He's only made a handful of appearances since joining the club about a month or so ago. That's good play though down the left-hand side for Solihull Moors, and it's with Jamie Record. It's back in field, but it's well picked off by Mitch Rose. Clever little bit of skill to elude past his man as well, out wide towards Nathan Tyson, who's going to try and beat Tyrone Williams. Feeds it in field towards Mitch Rose, but it's easily picked off in the end by Daniel Wright, who's playing a little bit deeper. And it's 4-3-3 for Solihull Moors, managed by Tim Flowers, who's stood there on the touchline, hands in his pockets, keeping himself warm. And the ball is with Alex Gudger, and he rolls it all the way back to Ryan Boots, 25-year-old goalkeeper, 7 clean sheets to his name already this season. He's played high over the top, and it's headed back into a good area as well, and Sam Slocum has to come out, and he doesn't do it. It's lofted over the goalkeeper and out of play for a goal kick, but early warning signs there again for Notts. It was Paul McCallum who controlled it well. He got the flick on. Paul McCallum controlled it well and just had to try and loop it over the goalkeeper. In the end, he got too much on it and it goes out of play for a goal kick. But again, it's just that little flick on that nearly caught Notts napping. In fact, it's gone out the stadium again. That's the third time this game that we've lost the ball, although actually somehow it's found its way back into the stadium. But yeah, early warning signs again for Notts.
Yeah, it was, and it was just a simple diagonal ball from the halfway line, hung up to the back post. Danny Wright wins the header and directs it into the path of Paul McCallum. Difficult one to get under his control, but he got there first. And just enough of a warning for Notts that he's going to be dangerous. They signed him from Eastleigh, top scorer for Eastleigh last season. They signed him in the summer. Unfortunately, or fortunately for Notts on this occasion, couldn't get his effort on target. He was under pressure, but just enough of a warning there for Notts that that's exactly what Solihull are going to do. Try and knock the ball on them angles. Look to get their wide forward players winning headers and knocking it down to the other two or on-running midfield player. And Notts have just got to be wary of it.
Certainly do. 19 gone, still 0-0 as Kyle Wootton tries to win the header. It's actually good play from Nathan Tyson just to charge down the cross. Goes out of play, not the cross rather, the clearance. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Good work ethic from the front three of Kyle Wootton, Wes Thomas and Nathan Tyson. This time I was commentating on Notts. Wes Thomas had a couple of goals to his name. The other two came from Enzio Baldwin. They were pretty good goals as well, having a goal of the season competition on his own. Enzio Baldwin, he's on the bench today in Neil Ardley's tactical changes, just trying to freshen things up a little bit and just try and get the right amount of rest between the players in a very busy Christmas period. So the goal kick is taken by Ryan Boot. It's down the left-hand side, picked off towards Jamie Record. Jamie Record loses out towards Wes Thomas, and Thomas drives it forward, looking through towards Tom Crawford. Crawford's going to try and go on his own here, and Crawford just runs into a blue wall, courtesy of Alex Gudger. Maybe he should have distributed it a little bit quicker there. Tom Crawford sort of drove forward, and his touch was a little bit heavy. Oh, there, that's almost a poor back pass there from Dion Kelly-Evans, nearly getting Sam Slocum into a spot of bother, but Sam Slocum does well to feed it out wide left towards Zamana Bakayoko. He's got a lot of space as he tries to go over the halfway line. Checks inside and finds Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson across towards Alex Lacey. Lacey in field towards Dion Kelly-Evans, striding forward again from right back. It's back with Tom Crawford, one of the midfield three. That's a lovely ball out wide towards Nathan Tyson, and Tyson does well to give it towards Zamana Bakayoko on the left. On the overlap as well, here's Mitch Rose in towards Wootton. Wootton using his strength, trying to battle away. Brought down, but referee's decided not enough in that for the foul, as it's played back to the goalkeeper by Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson just happy to give it in field towards Michael Doyle. Doyle sort of pointing to where he wants his players to be. It's fed it through towards Wes Thomas, and Thomas has got Nathan Tyson to his left-hand side. Good ball down that left-hand side again with Wes Thomas. Tries to fire it towards the penalty area. It's charged down at source, and Notts will have another corner.
Yeah, good play by Notts. Good build-up by them. They're controlling the tempo of the game, aren't they? Pretty well with their passing. Just not able to really make anything happen in the final third as of yet. But they're looking relatively calm and composed. That the change of shape hasn't really disrupted them. And on occasion, when they can get the ball switched from one side to the other, there's loads of space for Notts to exploit from the two fullbacks pushing them.
Mitch Rose to take this corner, Notts' second corner of the game. Michael Doyle is the short option, but the referee at the moment taking his time. It is Doyle with the corner towards the far post, and it's headed over the top in the end by Carl Wootton, diving low, trying to keep his header on target. In the end he couldn't keep it on target, and it just goes over the top. But best chance of the game for Notts by far. Great ball in from Doyle from the left hand side, straight onto the head of Carl Wootton, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. But that just shows just the quality that Doyle has got with the set piece, and just how much power that Carl Wootton has got, because he's really grappling with his man to try and get the header on target there, and unfortunately he couldn't do. But that just shows just how impressive Carl Wootton has been. He's been in top scoring form as well. Yeah, and the sort of form Carl Wootton's been in, he'll be a little bit frustrated he didn't manage to get that on target as well. It was you say the Solihull defender all over him as well. He's having to battle with him. Good delivery from Michael Doyle with his left foot, and Carl Wootton made the run, just about got the wrong side of the Solihull defender, but he threw himself through his head at the ball, diving header, couldn't keep the ball down. It just goes a yard or so over that Solihull crossbar, but a real good chance, good delivery, good chance for Notts. 23 gone, still 0-0 here at Damson Park. Live on BBC Radio Nottingham. Another reminder that Forest are at home tomorrow, live on BBC Radio Nottingham. Match day from 2 o'clock with updates on Bradford against Mansfield Town as well. Graham Coughlin still in search of his first win as the new Mansfield Town boss. Forest taking on Wigan Athletic at the City Ground. Apparently it's a sellout as well, so there we go. Plenty of fans getting Forest tickets for Christmas. So Solihull Moors will have a free kick over on that left-hand side. Notts have got plenty of players back behind the ball. It's about midway inside the Notts half, and it's going to be whipped in by Jimmy Ball towards the far post. Paul McCallum's there, nods it down. It's going to break kindly though for Nathan Tyson to bring the ball forward. Oh, it's just had a little touch away from him though, as they were looking to break through the middle. It was Alex, in fact no, it was Callum Howe who got the touch on it before it was threaded through to Carl Wootton. You do fancy if Carl Wootton had got onto that one, he could well have charged down on goal. Would have had a good opportunity for a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but in the end it was a good touch from Callum Howe to stop that one from happening. And that just shows as well just how lethal Notts can be on the break, particularly when they've got Nathan Tyson and Carl Wootton involved as well. Yeah, they have 3 or 4 players looking to spring that counter-attack, and unfortunately Nathan Tyson's inside ball just couldn't find its target. If they had, they'd have had numbers over, they'd have had surplus in the middle of the park. But a strange set piece, wasn't it, from Solihull? Worked it well round the back, but McCallum nodding it down to Nathan Tyson rather than one of his own players, and almost allowing Notts to counter-attack. Ball is cleared over on towards the Solihull Moors penalty area, where Ryan Boots will pick it up and roll it out to Callum Howe. Callum Howe just sends it down the right-hand side. Zamana Bakayoko trying to get there, but he's out-jumped in the end by Jake Beasley. It's cleared away by Notts, up towards Wootton, headed away by Alex Gudger. And that was going to roll out wide towards Jake Beasley, who tries to hook it forward down the right-hand side for Solihull Moors. In the end, he didn't have the runner with him, and it just rolls rather kindly for Sam Slocum to come out and pick up. 25 gone, still 0-0 here. As Wes Thomas looks to twist and turn and feed it back to Dion Kelly-Evans, and it's actually drifted out wide and it's gone out of play for a Solihull Moors throw. 0-0 at Meadow Lane earlier in the season as well. Not the best game from what I've heard, but this one's, I mean, I wasn't there, Stal, you were there. Is this one a close second?
It's marginally better, yes, it's marginally. Yeah, not so the team trying to play the football, aren't they, at the minute? We've not seen either keeper really troubled, so you know, the decent football they're playing not really being turned into chances. But as not so the away team, you know, they'll be relatively pleased with it. Just we see him. I mean, he's only what 15 yards in front of us here, and he's a technical error, and you've seen him turn around on 3 or 4 occasions, showing his frustration just with a misplaced pass going forward when Notts have created that overload, maybe on the opposite side, and the ball doesn't find its man. You know, they're creating decent spaces, decent opportunities, but on occasion, just that ball not finding its intended target.
Yeah, Notts have probably had the best of the chances. I said they've had the best of the chances. Solihull Moors haven't actually had much of a chance, apart from that chance for McCallum a couple of minutes or so ago. But certainly Notts have been the better side in the opening 26.5 minutes here at Solihull Moors. And Michael Dawes just giving away a free kick to the home side. So yeah, Dawes had that hammering volley towards goal. That was blocked, and then an early turn provider. The free kick taken quickly over towards the goalkeeper, and it's just gone over the top in the end. But I'm not entirely sure who took that free kick, because I was looking down at my notes. I didn't expect him to go for goal from there. But Sam Slocum nearly caught napping, and fortunately for the Notts keeper, it went out of play for a goal kick. But yeah, it was
Jamie Osborne, I think, wasn't it? In the middle of the park, fully 45 yards out, just trying to catch the Notts keeper sleeping. But as it was, too much on it, over the bar and into the fans behind Sam Slocum's goal, away to our right.
Yeah, caught everybody out, including the commentators there. But yeah, Jamie Osborne, very ambitious effort, and it nearly paid off for him. Sam Slocum was backpedaling, couldn't quite get there, and then he takes a goal kick downfield, and Notts conceded a free kick, and the Notts fans over on the far side didn't enjoy that one. It was Wes Thomas who's the guilty party. 27.5 gone, 0-0 on the home of live at Nottinghamshire Sport. BBC Radio Nottingham. Don't forget as well, the Terrace is back with you in the new year. Back on Friday the 3rd, where business will resume on the back of this very busy and hectic festive period. But here at Damson Park, still 0-0. So Ryan Boot sends it down that left-hand side, headed away by Alex Lacey. That was just going to roll out for a throw, but it's actually just been kept in. No, it hasn't. It's gone out of play for a throw over on that left-hand side, which Jamie Record will take. I think it's Record. Either way, I'm sure he won't mind. It's thrown downfield, it's flicked on around the back, and that's going to come off a Solihull Moors man. That's gone out of play for a goal kick. It's a goal kick as the game is just sort of reaching its rather slow, scrappy spell. Both sides just trying to size each other up, really. Just trying to get a feel for each other.
Yeah, it's just gone a little bit scrappy, hasn't it? You know, say Notts just misplacing 1 or 2 passes that stopping their flow. Solihull, with the way they play, sort of more direct. If they don't find the intended target, you find it can become a bit of a bitty, scrappy sort of game, and that's exactly what we've had in the last sort of 5 minutes or so.
Yes, very scrappy indeed, as Sam Slocum just hits that one straight at Mitch Rose. He tried to control it with his head, but it was way over him in the end. It goes out of play for a Solihull throw. Neil Ardley in front of us there, gesturing to Sam Slocum, saying, "What on earth was that?" or words to that effect. The throw comes in, it's hooked out and out of play. It's coming towards us, Stout, but it's just in front of us here in the press box. And it's thrown back onto the pitch. Could see you eyeing up there for a header there.
Yeah, Charlie never lets me forget the time I nearly took us off air when heading the ball in the playoff first leg at Coventry the other year. So yeah, I've got to contain myself when it comes near me.
That's the striker in you, Sal. You see a ball coming towards you, you head it. That's how it works.
Yeah. Not anymore.
No. So 29.5 minutes gone here, and it's still 0-0 as Mitch Rose just picked up a bit of a knock here, just outside his own penalty area. but thankfully he's back on his feet, and we'll get play back underway. So Notts at the minute, they're currently in a run of good form. They're looking to win their third game in a row for the first time this season, after a very comfortable win against Maidenhead. A couple of decent goals in there as well. Michael Doyle picks up the loose ball and sends it out wide, and that's a good ball as well. It's just picked off though, but Samana Bakayoko is going to try and get there. Possibly late challenge. No, he got the ball, says the referee, and it's back in field towards Tom Crawford, just inside the centre circle. Pokes it out wide. He was looking for Dion Kelly-Evans, and that one wasn't the best ball as well. Neil Ardley turns and trudges towards his dugout. He knows that was an opportunity as well to get some more players forward for Notts County. In the end, it didn't come to anything. Goes out of play for a throw, but now Notts do have the ball back with Doyle out wide towards Tom Crawford. From Crawford infield towards Wes Thomas, who got 2 goals at Woking in the earlier stages of the season. Pokes it out wide towards Dion Kelly-Evans again. Now here goes Kelly-Evans infield towards Alex Lacey. And here's Rawlinson. Rawlinson back towards Lacey again. It's threaded through towards Rose, who just lets it run across his body. Not sure if he meant that or not, but it's back with Bakayoko just inside the Solihull half. Here's Michael Doyle. Notts moving the ball quickly, and they're trying to move the ball forward with purpose through the centre circle with Lacey again. Rawlinson trying to thread it through, but it's picked off in the end by Kyle Storer. Not seen too much of him in the opening 31 minutes of this game. Plenty of league experience as well in the Solihull Moors side. Kyle Storer, the former Cheltenham and Wrexham man. It's poked out towards Wes Thomas, but it's just picked off in the end down that left-hand side, and Notts should have a throw. No, it's come off the right boot of Carl Wootton. It's gone out of play for a Solihull throw. But yeah, just a couple of glimpses there, Stal, of just how quickly Notts can move the ball and just try and penetrate this Solihull side. But it's just that final touch, that final ball that's been lacking in the opening 32 minutes of this game.
Yeah, that's it. You know, they're patient in the build-up. They're trying to move it. You can see they're trying to switch play because the space, it is a tight pitch, and the way the players of the two teams are lining up, it is tight in the middle of the park. But if you can shift the ball quickly to the opposite side, there is a bit of space. And just in that final ball at times, Notts just not finding the man, not connecting properly.
Tyrone Williams brought down, and it's going to be a free kick to Solihull Moors. About just down, well, it's probably down the right hand side, level with the edge of the penalty area, which Jamie Osborne will take. Hopefully, he won't go for goal this time. Nearly caught out Sam Slocum with the chance earlier.
Well, if he does, we're not going to see much of it. I
know we're not.
Behind that bollard.
We could not be worst placed for this set piece, but Jamie Osborne will take it. We played 32.5 minutes here. Solihull Moors 0, Notts County 0, live on BBC Radio Nottingham. So Jamie Osborne, former Grimsby man, will take it. It's going to be a drilled free kick towards the far post, and it's actually headed away. I think it was Dion Kelly-Evans who got the header away, only as far as Jamie Record. Jamie Record does well to skip past his man. He's going to go on his own here, but it's dink one towards the edge of the penalty area. It's going to be cleared away. Notts still can't quite clear it. It's going to break kindly towards Osborne, struck towards goal, and it's safely into the hands of the goalkeeper, Sam Slocum. Didn't quite catch it as he would have liked. But we've got a player down over on the far side as well. I think it could well be Dion Kelly-Evans again.
I think it's Nathan Tyson gone down. He's actually gone down. He was sold a dummy trying to block the cross, and as he landed, I think he just slipped, his feet went out from underneath him, and he stayed crumpled in a heap. Maybe a little bit of embarrassment in there as well, because he's up and doesn't seem to be moving too badly. But it was a decent effort from Jamie Osborne, the number 7 for Solihull, as the ball came back in from the second phase of play, just dropping on the edge of the box, and he hit it with his right foot all along the ground, and thankfully for Notts, through a crowd of players, but straight at Sam Slocum, who grabbed it gratefully.
So Nathan Tyson looks like he's going to be okay to carry on. Just pinning which way Dion Kelly-Evans normally is, just outside the edge of his own penalty area from that set piece. It looks like he's back and ready to go as Sam Slocum sends one down the left-hand side. It's good touch as well from Wes Thomas, feeds it back in towards Samana Bakayoko. Notts looking to move the ball quickly, threaded through towards Mitch Rose, and Wes Thomas is with him as well, through towards Carl Wootton. Wootton twisting and turning and trying to find a man. It's still with Wootton, pokes it towards Mitch Rose on the edge of the box, but it's well picked off in the end by Kyle Storer. And now here goes Solihull Moors, back with Storer again, coming over the halfway line down that right-hand side, looking to dink one over the top, and it's gone out of, nearly gone out of play, but Alex Lacey will twist and turn and fire that one back downfield onto the chest of Mitch Rose, looking to twist and turn and find his central midfield partner Michael Doyle on towards Tom Crawford. Crawford onto Wes Thomas, who's going to try and run here at this Solihull Moors back line. He's encouraged to go on his own here. Here's Wes Thomas, still Wes Thomas, and he's struck it towards goal. Oh dear, that's a nasty one, a really nasty one on Carl Storer. As Storer poked it away, he felt the full force of the right boot of Wes Thomas. Not intentional as well from Wes Thomas. He only had eyes for the ball, and Wes Thomas really caught Carl Storer there, right on the sort of the top of the foot. As Carl Storer cleared that one away downfield, and immediately Carl Storer knew he was in a spot of bother here because he was waving towards the dugout. So we're going to have a break in play here while Carl Storer has a bit of treatment. But yeah, that was a nasty one. Yeah,
he was immediately writhing in agony. Storer, it's one of them. Wes Thomas going down the inside left channel on the empty area, cuts back, trying to get it on his right foot and pull the trigger to shoot. Storer just nips in and maybe just nicks the ball first, and Wes Thomas committed to the shot, swings his right foot through, and I think he's basically kicked Storer's foot or ankle, and it's Storer that comes off the worst. Wes Thomas is okay, but Storer immediately on the deck, writhing in agony. Hopefully nothing serious. It's one of them, it's a kick, there's hopefully no break or anything there, but he was waving his arm and writhing on the floor. Immediately they are sore ones, but it's one of them where either player could come off badly. On this occasion it's the Solihull Moors midfield player and the skipper, who is on his back at this moment in time receiving treatment, and I'm not sure if they're looking to make a change.
Yes, it will be an interesting one for Solihull Moors to lose their captain, who's, I mean, I will be honest, he's not seen too much of the ball in this game so far, but it's one of those awkward situations where when Wes Thomas is, he's got an eye for goal, he knows where the ball is, but unfortunately Carl Storer doing what any defender would do, just try and poke the ball away to stop the shot, or just try and get anything on the shot. It's been pulled up actually from the Solihull medical team. Looks like he's going to see if he can put some weight on his foot here. But yeah, it's one of those where once you commit to the strike, as you were saying, Stal, there's not a great deal you can do about it, and unfortunately it looks like Carl Storer isn't going to be able to continue at the moment. He's still on the floor, writhing in pain. He's got a couple of players around him as well in support, including the goalkeeper Ryan Boots. We've played 37 minutes here on BBC Radio Nottingham. It's still 0-0 between Solihull Moors and Notts County. Don't forget we do have a match day tomorrow with Forest at home to Wigan and Bradford against Mansfield Town. Mansfield looking for their first win under new boss Graham Coughlan. But at the moment we're just seeing how Carl Storer reacts to a bit of treatment. It looks like he's going to be okay, possibly. He's being pulled back up onto his feet, and he's it's one of those awkward ones where it's you sort of test it out to see how you can cope, and he's limping off. But I do think he's not going to be able to continue. He's got his head in his hands here. It does look like that Solihull are going to have to be forced into a change. And we will see just how Solihull will react to that one. Influential player is Carl Storer. They do have some interesting options on the bench, including Gavin Gunning, the former Forest Green man. They've also got Terry Hawkridge if they want to use him, former Notts man. Could make an appearance against his former club. But actually Carl Storer is still on his feet, and he's just sort of gesturing to Neil Ardley, saying it's just an impact hit, and we'll see whether Carl Storer will be fit to continue. In the meantime, the referee has decided we can get play back underway as Nathan Tyson and Carl Wootton combine to try and charge down the clearance. And Carl Storer, actually, despite all the pain that he was in earlier, bravely, he's going to be fit to continue.
Yeah, he certainly is, and try and get through to half-time, won't he? What we've got, just about 7 minutes or so, plus probably a couple of minutes of stoppage time for that little injury break. But yeah, it's a painful one, but it is one of them with an impact injury. You can sort of grit your teeth and sort of bear it a little bit. It's not like trying to run a twist or a pull or anything like that, so he should be okay to continue.
Fingers crossed. Tyrone Williams charging through this Notts back line down the right-hand side, picks out a cross as well, but it takes a little deflection, I think. No, it's going to go out for a goal kick, but yeah, Tyrone Williams, good bit of skill there to try and get down the Solihull right-hand side, skip between Zamana Bakayoko and Wes Thomas, who were tracking back to try and defend the ball. In the end, his cross was a bit sliced, didn't went out of play for a goal kick, but yeah, good play from the 25-year-old down that right-hand side. And yeah, I was just looking there at Carl Storer to see how he's moving after that injury. Looks like he's going to be okay, but yeah, we probably will have quite a bit of stoppage time after that injury, because it's Was a bit of a long breaking play, but Notts do have the ball inside their own half. It's out wide with Dion Kelly-Evans. He's trying to flip the ball forward, and it's picked off well, but Jamie Record can't quite keep the ball in play, and that one goes out of play for a Notts throw. So a big 5 minutes really before half time, and Notts have not really had too much in the way of chances in the last couple of minutes or so. In fact, it's probably been Solihull Moors who had the better of the chances. It was Osborne's strike and his ambitious effort from just over the halfway line. So Notts will let's try and work the ball and just try and get maybe even one more half chance just for half-time start. Yeah,
if they could nick a goal before half-time, that'd be good. They've controlled the game pretty well in terms of tempo and passing. Just saying that final third again, they're not quite linking up as they have done in the last couple of games. It's just breaking down one or two too many times. But in general, in the middle of the park and defensively, Notts have looked reasonably comfortable.
Now Notts have won the ball back with Doyle, and he's going to try and feed it out wide. In fact, he thought about it and just sort of did a little U-turn on himself there. Gets it back from Tom Crawford, gives it out wide towards Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson infield towards Doyle again, looking to ping one forward towards Wootton. It's headed away though, but the linesman's flag goes up. It's Carl Wootton just strayed offside. Apparently, the Notts fans, who are perfectly in line with the linesman there, not entirely sure whether they agree with him or not. Very good away support, as always, from Notts County. Not too far to travel as well, but during the festive period when people are going to see family and friends, it's always tricky to get to a game, so kudos to those guys for coming down or coming across towards Birmingham, where it is still Solihull 0, Notts 0, 41 gone here, live on BBC Radio Nottingham on match day. The ball is sent forward from that goal kick, and it's headed back across goal, and it's actually going to be cleared away by Sam Slocum. Sam Slocum just about got there in the end, ahead of Paul McCallum, but there again is the classic example of McCallum just trying to latch onto a header from the likes of Jake Beasley or Daniel Wright. As Stal was alluding to earlier, it's one of those where he can just charge through the middle and try and pick on any loose ball that comes his way. Nearly worked for them as well on that occasion, but now Michael Dorr flicks it out wide towards Tom Crawford, looking to twist and turn and feed it back in towards Doyle, but in the end he's going to try and go on his own here, on towards Tyson. Tyson back towards Rose, and Rose twists, turns, looking for a black and white shirt, and he's found one in Doyle. And now here goes Crawford again, looking to go through towards Wes Thomas. Patient play from Notts as he try and work the gaps. It's trying to poke through by Mitch Rose, but Zamana Bakayoko will pick up the loose ball just in front of the Notts dugout, where Neil Ardley is urging his players forward. It's played down the line. It's actually it's just ahead of Mitch Rose there as he tries to keep that ball in play. It just nicked off his toe and out of play for a goal kick, but again, patient play and quick movement as well from Notts just to try and break down this Solihull Moors back line. Yeah, they're probing, aren't they? Keeping the ball moving, probing, but it's congested in the middle of the park, so that's why they're trying to get the ball switched as quickly as possible, trying to exploit the space that is available on this pitch, which is in them flank areas. But you know, at times they're just having to bide their time, because Solihull getting players back, getting loads of bodies back in the centre, and it is making it crowded and difficult to play through. Coming up to the 43rd minute here, and it's still 0-0. Live on BBC Radio Nottingham as Ryan Boot looks to take this goal kick, sends it down the right-hand side this time. Zamana Bakayoko gets up to try and head away, but is out-jumped by Paul McCallum. 9 goals to his name this season so far for Paul McCallum. He's a former Pompey man and Leyton Orient, West Ham as well, Grimsby. He's plenty of league experience, which Solihull Moors can benefit from. And now here goes Jamie Osborne, and Osborne looking to skip past his man down that left-hand side, but it's well read in the end by Michael Dorr, using his experience just to get between man and ball and clear it downfield. And you can just hear the Notts fans applauding that one, because now Notts are going to try and bait forward with Crawford, but Crawford thought about it, just has to poke it back towards Alex Lacey. And Lacey just over the halfway line, infield towards Mitch Rose, looking to twist and turn and pick out a man. That man is Michael Doyle, just been forced a little bit further back at Notts as they try and break forward. It's with Lacey again, and those fluorescent yellow-green boots. It's infield towards his centre-back partner, Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson looking to thread one through, sends one down the right-hand side. Good ball as well, but it just had a bit too much on it for Dion Kelly-Evans. He's got plenty of pace on him. Unfortunately, not enough pace to try and keep that one in play, but yeah, it was a good ball from Rawlinson, just had a bit too much on it. Yeah, right idea, wasn't it? Just they're trying to be patient, they're trying to pick that pass, because, say, Solihull putting plenty of bodies behind the ball, closing the gaps. It's not a big pitch. I get the impression it's not a very big pitch here, quite narrow, and it is congested. So they've got to be patient, got to try and work that opening. That time, Connell Rawlinson stepping out from the halfway line with the ball, trying to slot the ball inside the fullback.
for Dion Kelly-Evans to get on the end of with his overlap. But unfortunately, too much on the ball and it runs off the edge of the pitch with a bit of a slope on as well, isn't it? Not playing with the slope in this first half as well. That might have contributed to that ball running in.
Possibly, yeah. There's been a few occasions where passes have been overhit, not quite reached their required destination. And the fourth official has got his board up. Looks like it's going to be 4 minutes added on here, possibly. Difficult to see here. It's a good ball around the back though for Solihull Moors, and it's cleared away. Although it's actually 2 minutes added on. I thought there was a 4 there on the board, but yeah, not quite as much time as I thought there was going to be.
No, I was going to say he was down for about 3 or 4 minutes, Storer, but I think the ref's seen enough of this first half. He'll say 2 will be plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, he's but obviously decided, he's like, you know what, let's get the teams in at half time and we'll see what the second half has to offer, as that ball is played forward through the right hand channel, but it's just ahead of Jake Beasley and out of play for a goal kick. Looks like Solihull Moors again just suffering from that lapse of concentration, just those overhit passes that have not quite worked for Notts or Solihull Moors this afternoon. So we're just coming up to a minute of the 2 added on here at Damson Park in the shadow of Birmingham Airport. We've not actually seen that many planes flying in the last couple of minutes or so. Keeping an eye on them, seeing where they're going, but yeah, not too much in the way of air travel at the moment here as we come up to the final minute of the 2 added on. What will Neil Ardley be thinking on touchline? What do you reckon this half-time team talk would probably be to his? I think
he'll be reasonably satisfied. You know, they've kept a dangerous Solihull team to very little in terms of chances. Well, no real clear-cut chances, just that one effort from the edge of the box from Jamie Osborne, and one half opening, if you like, for McCallum earlier on in this half. I think he'll just be a little bit frustrated they haven't been able to link up at how they have done in the previous 2 games around that Solihull penalty area. They've dominated possession. Notts, they've been patient at times, but just when they're getting into that final third again, you know, they've not been able to unlock the Solihull defence.
Here's Alex Gudger inside the centre circle, and he sends one high forward, just going to try and send one into the penalty area, but it's actually an awkward bounce, and it's going to be cleared away by Michael Doyle in the end. It was a tricky one for Doyle to deal with, and I think it was Rawlinson who couldn't quite get underneath it, but it's smashed clear in the end down that left-hand side, and it's a 50-50 challenge there with Carl Wootton and the defender, and that challenge is the final act of the first half. We are back underway here. Notts kicking it from right to left. In fact, no, they're not. They're kicking from left to right. They swap at half-time, don't they? I knew that. And the ball is played off Michael Doyle and out of play for a Notts throw. And so, Stal, what, as you were saying before, what do Notts have to just try and do? Just try and make a bit of a half chance of this game. Yeah,
they've just got to move the ball out wide, try and transfer it quickly, through the lines quickly if they can. You know, there might be occasion where they've got to go a little bit direct themselves, just to try and push Solihull back a little bit more to create space in front of them for the likes of Crawford or Mitch Rose, or even the 2 wide men in Tyson and Wes Thomas to come in off them flanks and try and get in them pockets of space that they can create. But it's difficult because, as I say, Solihull are putting plenty of bodies behind the ball.
Yes, and Solihull are the team at the moment just trying to get the ball onto the edge of the penalty area. It's actually going to break away kindly towards Daniel Wright. That's just going to try and fire it back towards Tyrone Williams, and Williams gives it back to Alex Gudger. Gudger to Williams again. And Williams looking to twist and turn and thread it across back to Gudger, just inside the centre circle. He gives it back to his centre-back partner, Callum Howe, former Lincoln man, as it's sent over the top in towards the penalty area and out of play for a goal kick. 90 seconds gone in the second half, and you do get the feeling we are going to be in for pretty much a similar second half as we were the first, but we shall see what happens. As I said before, plenty of attacking options on the bench. We do wonder how long it'll be before Neil Ardley plucks into the bag of likes of the Baldwins and the Dennises.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because, you know, does he feel that he's going to go for 3 points? Does he make a change if the game stays like this next, say, 5-10 minutes? Does he make that attacking change, or is he happy with how the game's going? You know, relatively comfortable at 0-0, thinking, well, there's still some good goal scoring intent out there, good players who can get a goal for us that maybe going to nick this game 1-0.
So Solihull Moors will have a throw over on that far side, which Jamie Record will take. Very familiar figure with his dreadlocks. Ball's hooked away by Michael Doyle, and it's actually going to drop kindly for Tom Crawford, but actually it's picked away again, and Tyrone Williams just hits it up in the air. It's still in play, but Tyrone Williams out jumps Wes Thomas over on the far side, and now it's picked off well by Jamie Osborne, and Osborne feeds it back in field. Still with Osborne again, trying to play a ball around the back, and it's Wes Thomas who got the better of a Burnham. Twisting and turning, but it's going to be cleared away. And now off goes Nathan Tyson down the line, and Carl Wootton just couldn't quite latch onto it on the halfway line. It's going to roll through all the way to the goalkeeper, Ryan Boot. But again, it's just not, just trying to fire that ball forward and trying to get Carl Wootton into the game, because at the moment he's not really been in the game too much other than that set piece. Here come Solihull Moors again. That's picked off well by Wes Thomas, looking to try and work his magic halfway line. Gives it back to Michael Doyle. He's been forced off it a little bit there. Doyle just got sent tumbling to the floor. That's going to be a free kick, and the referee blows his whistle. And Notts will have a free kick taken quickly by Doyle, nearly letting Daniel Wright in there. It's back with Dion Kelly-Evans. Evans has to roll it back before Paul McCallum could get to it, and it's back in with Alex Lacey. Lacey will to stride forward and try and thread through the impenetrable gap that Solihull Moors are leaving at the moment, but it's back with Mitch Rose. Can he pick out a pass? He can do. It's with Dion Kelly-Evans down the right-hand side. Doyle on halfway, right inside the centre circle. Out wide again towards Samana Bakayoko. Bakayoko's got a bit of time and space to run into here if he can skip past his man, and Bakayoko will fire in across. It takes the nick off the defender. It's going to be cleared away back in field towards Michael Doyle. 4 minutes gone in the second half. It's still 0-0 live on BBC Radio Nottingham as it's switched. Oh dear, again, it's just that final pass that's lacking. That one goes out of play for a Solihull throw. Dion Kelly-Evans had a lot of space down that right-hand side. Again, it's just that pass that just skipped off the turf and out of play for a throw. Neil Ardley, again, not happy with that one.
Yeah, and that's what just slows you down, slows that momentum. Notts again keeping the ball for 30, 40 seconds, penetrating, trying to probe, looking for that space, but then Cannell Rawlinson picks the ball up in space in the centre circle, under no pressure, and tries to find Dion Kelly-Evans, who's in an advanced position on the right flank, plays the ball behind him and out for a throw-in, and immediately for 30 seconds of possession comes to nothing.
50 gone, still 0-0 as Wes Thomas is bundled to the floor just in front of the fans here on this far side, right on the touchline. And Michael Doyle looks to take this free kick once the referee's done having a quick check of his notes. Don't know whether the play was booked or not. I don't think he was. No, he's put his whistle back in his pocket, and we go again with Michael Doyle. A massive opportunity this actually to put the ball into a good area. It's about 35 yards from goal, and Dick's one in towards the right hand channel on towards Nathan Tyson. Tyson looking to turn. Is Wes Thomas as well as he twists and turns and gives it back to Michael Doyle. Time to whip a ball in towards the far post, and it's over everybody and out of play for a goal kick. Teasing ball from Michael Doyle. It sort of had plenty of venom and bend and dip, but it just went out of play over the goalkeeper and out of play for a goal kick. So yeah, big opportunity there again, just to put the ball into a good area, but it was the delivery that was lacking.
Yeah, that's it. Just, as you say, trying to whip it with pace. They just had too much on it, went beyond everybody, and just bounced out comfortably, and Solihull just marshal it out for a goal kick. And yeah, unfortunately, the second half hasn't sparked into life rather like the first.
It has not. No, 6 minutes gone in that second half, and it's still 0-0 live on BBC Radio Nottingham. We do have full match commentary of Forest against Wigan tomorrow, live from 3 o'clock kick-off, but match day from 2 o'clock with updates on Mansfield's trip to Bradford. Hopefully those two games will be a little bit better than this one, fingers crossed. But it's up towards Carl Wootton, who twists and turns and gives it back to centre-back Connell Rawlinson. Rawlinson thought about going on one of those mazy runs, but decided just to roll it back to Alex Lacey. Lacey in field to Mitch Rose, on towards Michael Doyle, trying to play the quarterback role, as it were, in the Notts County side. It's dinked over the top by Rawlinson up towards Carl Wootton. Wootton can't get there though, and Doyle leaves it for Samana Bakayoko just inside his own half, down the left-hand side. Back in field again towards Alex Lacey. Lacey trying to thread one through towards Wes Thomas. Again, it's just this probing attack that Notts are trying to build, but at the moment Solihull is standing firm as Wes Thomas tries to barge his way through a couple of blue shirts. It's rolled back to his goalkeeper, and Carl Wootton nearly got there, but unfortunately for him, the goalkeeper Ryan Boot did get there and booted it out of play for a throw. We're going to see a change here. Not sure who the change is going to be for. Looks like it's going to be Solihull. So we are going to see see who it is. Just grab my sheet. It's going to be Terry Hawkridge, a familiar face, familiar Notts face. So Terry Hawkridge will be coming on for Jamie Osborne. Of course, he had that effort, rather ambitious effort, from nearly the halfway line. So we'll see what Terry Hawkridge can offer for a Solihull Moors side this afternoon. Just going to break off because it's down with Hawkridge, down that left-hand side, immediately getting involved in the game right by the corner flag. Fires it back towards Record, and Record pings one in, headed towards goal, and that is collected by the goalkeeper Sam Slocum. But again, it was Paul McCallum who nodded it down. Didn't quite get enough power on it to beat the goalkeeper, but in the end it was a good play and good injection of life into the Solihull side by the manager Tim Flowers, bringing on Terry Hawkridge, and was nearly involved in the action immediately. Just going to break off again here because Solihull do have the ball inside the Notts penalty area. Cleared away though by Dion Kelly-Evans, and out of play for a throw. Notts under a little bit of pressure in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they are, yeah, and it was a half chance, half decent chance header from McCallum, trying to flick the ball, glancing header, but could never generate enough power to trouble Sam Slocum, and it bounced before it came up into the Notts goalkeeper's arms. But that was just from a little bit of sloppy Notts play. Dion Kelly-Evans on this near side, giving the ball away casually, and just put Notts under a bit of pressure.
And the ball is with Daniel Wright, and he fires one across goal, and it's looped up and volleyed clear by Conor Rawlinson over towards the halfway line, while Carl Wotton can't quite control it. Now it's out wide towards Tyrone Williams, and all of a sudden, in the last couple of minutes or so, Solihull have had a couple of opportunities. It's going to break to Terry Hawkridge, actually, on the edge, thought about shooting. He's had to fire it out wide towards Jamie Record, and Record's cross is looping over, and Sam Slocum just lets that one go out of play for a goal kick. But yeah, just a bit of life in Solihull at the moment, and they're slowly bringing the ball forward and just trying to make Notts pay with a couple of diagonal balls over towards Terry Hawkridge, who might have a point to prove against his former club.
Yeah, certainly. We speak about how often that happens, doesn't it, in football? You know, former players come back and score against you. We certainly hope that's not the case today. It's not just overplay a little bit in their own penalty area. Sam Slocum having to boot the ball clear. But yeah, Solihull have just had the better of the last 2 or 3 minutes, haven't they? And again, all come about by a little bit of sloppy Notts play. Just need to get on in possession of the ball, just calm the game down a little bit. It's a game that, for large parts, probably 70-80%, that they've controlled the pace of without really being able to create anything in the way of chances.
Indeed, 10 gone in the second half. Still 0-0 live on BBC Radio Nottingham. So Dion Kelly-Evans wants to thread one through, looking for Wes Thomas, but it's going to break kindly towards Mitch Rose, who pings one across to the left-hand side towards Zamana Bakayoko, up from left back, and he tries to fire one in as well, but it's blocked. Wins the header as well, does Bakayoko, but it's cleared away by Callum Howe. And so we're going to see another change, actually, for Solihull. We're going to bring off, rather thankfully, Paul McCallum, who's had a bit of injection into this game, but that ball forward again from Tom Crawford, trying to find Carl Wotton in the right-hand channel, but again it's overhit.
Yeah, Tom Crawford's been particularly wasteful, I think, on that midfield three. He's had a chance there to get on the half turn. He gets turned, there's no pressure on him. Can he find the pass? No, he's very heavy with his potential through ball, and Neil hardly spins around in disgust at him not being able to find a Notts player.
Ball's played over top, and Jake Beasley has stayed on side here. He's been squared up against Zamana Bakayoko. Manages to pick out a cross, but it's a tame one in the end. It just bounces in front of Sam Slocum and safely into his gloves. 11 minutes gone. It's still 0-0. Sorry, 11 minutes gone in the second half, I should say. Feels like 11 minutes gone in the entire game, because it's not been the most entertaining, as Dion Kelly-Evans tries to inject a bit of life into this game, darting down that right-hand side and threading one through. Good ball towards Nathan Tyson. Tyson on the edge of the box, fires one in. It's just underneath Tom Crawford, who tried to control it, edge of the box, and he miscontrolled it, and it went out of play for a Solihull throw. And that will allow Solihull to make their second change. But again, good break from Dion Kelly-Evans down that right-hand side. He brought in Nathan Tyson and had Tyson's ball. And Tom Crawford's touch been a little bit better. That could have been another opportunity.
Yeah, that's it. But it might take something like that to create an opportunity. Dion Kelly-Evans picking the ball up just about on the halfway line on this right touch line, and then just getting out of his feet, seeing a bit of a space in front of him and just running into it with the ball, committing a Solihull player. And then he can slot it into the space that he vacates. And Nathan Tyson, his ball, he was trying to pick out Tom Crawford, but if he'd have been able to bring it under his spell in the penalty area, then he would have been able to have a chance and a shot on goal, but was unable to control it, and any chance goes a begging.
First real sign of life in Notts County here at Solihull Moors. It's still 0-0, but yeah, particularly in this second half, it's been pretty much Solihull Moors who've had the better of the chances. Well, from the very few chances that we've had, shall we say. Sam Jones getting his first touch just outside the Notts penalty area, over down that right-hand side, skips past his man, but Zamana Bakio goes there to shepherd that one out of play, and he's just about kept it in, but it's already gone out of play for a goal kick. It's very scrappy, lots of breaks in play, balls going out of play quite often, so that's really interrupting the flow of this game, which is why it's not quite been the 5-all spectacle that we were hoping for ahead of the game today. In fact, there's Solihull Moors haven't actually drawn here yet this season, so we are on course for Solihull's first home draw of the season. So Carl Wootton tries to outleap Callum Howe, but Callum Howe manages to outjump Carl Wootton. That'll take some doing as well as the ball comes off Zamana Bakioga, and that'll play for a Solihull Moors throw. I do wonder how long it's going to be before we see the likes of Baldwin and Dennis, just to try and inject a bit of life into this game, just to give it off and not something different. Yeah,
I just wonder whether Neil Audley's maybe thinking about one of them changes, maybe one of the wide front men not being able to get in the game, particularly Wes Thomas or Nathan Tyson, or maybe a more attacking change would be the likes of Osborne or Enzio Baldwin for Tom Crawford, who's in the middle of the park, who has been a little bit sloppy in possession of the ball. But while it's 0-0, it's finely balanced. I think managers are always sometimes loath to make any change.
Tyrone Williams with the throw flicked on, and now Nathan Tyson can try and break, but he's surrounded by a sea of 4 blue shirts, and as soon as he got onto the ball, they were swarming onto him and managed to put him off as he was trying to strike it towards goal. But in the end, his pass was overhit and it goes straight to the goalkeeper, Ryan Booth, and a couple of fans making a bit of noise over on the far side, just trying to inject a bit of life into this game as Conor Rawlinson looks like he's picked up a small knot. No, he's just tying his shoelaces. Ball in field with Mitch Rose just outside the centre circle, inside the Notts half. It's out wide towards Zamana Bakiogo, over the halfway line, looking to go down the line towards Nathan Tyson. Oh dear, that's a late one, and Nathan Tyson kicked out there as well. What's the referee going to do here? Bit of handbags at dawn here outside in Solihull Moors, because Nathan Tyson was rather obviously clipped by the defender. And Nathan Tyson, did he kick out there a little bit?
I think he might have had a little flick, but it was an uncompromising challenge, to say the least. Took nothing of the ball, and I can't quite tell which Solihull defender it is. I
think it was
James Ball over there.
Yeah,
certainly going into the ref's book anyway. Going to be the first booking of the day. But yeah, he came in the back of Nathan Tyson, didn't take any of the ball, took plenty of Nathan Tyson, and I think a little bit of frustration from the challenge and the fact that not really been able to get involved in the game at all. Nathan Tyson may have just had a little flick out with his boot, but nothing of any note.
I see. So it's going to be a yellow card for Jimmy Ball, the 24-year-old, 9 goals already this season. He's got a yellow card to match, but now Notts will have a free kick, which Michael Doyle will take. It's out wide on the left-hand side, midway inside the Solihull half. We'll see if Notts can deliver a good ball and try and take advantage of the likes of Carl Wootton and Nathan Tyson and Wes Thomas inside the penalty area. They've only left Dion Kelly-Evans back and Zamana Bakiogo. But we've played 61 minutes here, and we're going to see if Notts can try and break the deadlock. I do wonder what a goal will do in this game. Hopefully it'll turn into a bit of a thriller, but we shall see. Notts are ready to take the free kick, which Doyle does whip in. It's in towards the near post, and it's headed away. And headed away again from the edge of the box. It's going to break kindly for Doyle to just fire back towards Dion Kelly-Evans on the halfway line. He has to roll it back to his goalkeeper in the end, because Jake Beasley was breathing down his neck, trying to put him under a bit of pressure, and now off goes Tom Crawford. As Stal was saying, must be a little bit wasteful with a couple of passes, and now the ball is back with the Notts goalkeeper Sam Slocum. And at the moment, Sam Slocum and Conor Rawlinson just having a bit of a passing game between them inside their own penalty area, but it's now forward with Carl Wootton. Tried to just steer the ball out towards Dion Kelly-Evans, but in the end it comes off Carl Wootton and out of play for a Solihull throw, which Jamie Record will take. 27-year-old, 2 goals to his name this season. Former Swindon man, who's also had a spell at Wolves as well. It's down the line. It's going to roll out harmlessly into the hands of the goalkeeper Sam Slocum. So we've played 17 minutes of the second half, and this one very much like the first. Very little in terms of chances and any real endeavour between the two sides, but then again you have to credit both sides because they're making it very, very difficult defensively. It's sort of a battle between the two really airtight defences.
Yeah, that's how it's been so far, and we've had just over an hour played. You wouldn't, a couple of minutes ago, you're right. Connell Rawlinson and Sam Slocum exchanging 3 or 4 passes at times, and you wonder whether that's just something they're going to do to try and encourage Solihull to come out a little bit more, to create them some space to play into.
Now here go Solihull Moors with Terry Hawkridge. We tried sort of a Zidane-style flick and back heel onto the on-running Jamie Record, but unfortunately wasn't quite Zinedine Zidane enough at all. Goes out of play for a Notts County goal kick. And so yeah, Sam Slocum will take this one. Another reminder that Forest play Wigan tomorrow, live on BBC Radio Nottingham. Match day from 2 o'clock, with updates as well on Mansfield's trip to Bradford. Of course, Notts back in action again on New Year's Day. Ball is played downfield. Oh dear, it's Kelly Evans sort of grappling there with Jake Beasley. And in the end, the referee didn't see anything of it. It just rolls out of play for a goal kick. In fact, it was Daniel Wright, who's had a very quiet game, it has to be said to say. He's got 5 goals to his name this season. He's another former league player, formerly of Cambridge United and Cheltenham and Forest Green Rovers. He's been quiet as well. Dion Kelly Evans has kept him well in his back pocket. So 18.5 minutes gone. Still 0-0 as the sun has set here on Solihull Moors at the Dampson Park, and now we're going to need, well, I thought we were going to need another new ball. It's gone out of play for a throw, but at the moment it's just very scrappy. The ball's going out of play quite a lot, and it's just not really flowing the game at all.
It's really disjointed at this moment in time, and notably Neil Ardley sent 3 players out, Enzio, Sam Osborne and Christian Dennis, and he's just been motioning to get the legs going up and down this near touch line to get a proper warm-up in. I think he's obviously thinking of looking to make a change in the next 5 minutes or so.
That's a good ball through towards Carl Wootton as well. Notts winning the ball back in midfield. Here's Wootton on his own with Mitch Rose, and Mitch Rose just lets it run across his body, and now it's given Solihull Moors time to get back into position, but it's back out wide with Dion Kelly Evans, and Evans gives it back to Rose again. He's just trying to feed it back to Michael Doyle, and now it just seems like the momentum has just gone out of that attack a little bit, but it's back with Doyle again. Can he try and fire the ball inside the penalty area? Lips one in towards Wootton, back towards goal, gives it out wide again towards Wes Thomas down the right hand side, who dinks one towards the far post, and that cross is out of play for a goal kick. Disappointing again, Stow.
Yeah, really disappointing. Yeah, they won the ball well in on the halfway line, had a chance to break with pace. Unfortunately couldn't find the right pass. Kyle Wootton having to just turn out a little bit and slow it all down. It really, like I say, took the momentum out of the attack, and Solihull get bodies back quickly, make it difficult, close down the space, and in the end Wes Thomas's cross was very apt for this game. It didn't find its target and didn't look dangerous.
Yes, 20 gone in the second half, and it's not exactly been a classic, and in some ways that cross kind of sums up how the game has gone. Plenty of attacking endeavour between the two, but it's just that final ball that's been lacking, whether it's been overhit or hit completely straight out of play, or it's not reached its required destination. Terry Hawker is now on the ball for Solihull Moors. He gives it out towards, well, it's Wes Thomas who's somehow picked up the loose ball, and now it's picked up well by Alex Lacey. Connor Rawlinson gives it out wide towards Wes Thomas again, and Wes Thomas looking to do that burst of pace, and he's just trying to skip away past his man, past Tyrone Williams. In fact, it was Nathan Tyson who tried to inject a bit of pace down that left hand side, and Connor Rawlinson has to be on his toes there because the ball is played over the top, and rather fortunately for him, Sam Jones was breathing down his neck, and fortunately Connor Rawlinson headed it out of play for a throw. But there's the threat there again, likes of Sam Jones and Jake Beasley. Bit of pace about him as well. Going to try and sneak in behind this Notts back line. Ball is dinked forward again, up towards Daniel Wright. Daniel Wright can't quite control the ball. It's just going to be hammered out of play for a Solihull Moors throw. So we've played 21.5 minutes of the second half, and now Notts will make a couple of changes. Enzio Baldwin looks like he's stripped and ready. Sam Osborne as well, and Christian Dennis, all three of them looking to come on and just trying to inject a bit of life into this game and just try and get Notts on the ball a little bit more and into the right areas. We'll see when they come on, hopefully in a couple of minutes, and Neil Ardley is just there giving instructions to the Notts players who are about to enter the pitch, as Tom Crawford tries to thread one through down the left hand side, and it's back with the goalkeeper Ryan Boot, and Carl Wootton sort of chasing shadows at the moment there, because Solihull just happy to keep the ball inside their own penalty area and just lump it forward whenever they can. As Stan was saying at half-time, it's not really shown any sign of attacking endeavour. It's just as soon as they get the ball just inside the Notts half, they just try and boot it forward and hope they can find a man in their front three. And at the moment, it's not really paid for them at all. And now here goes Kyle Storrett. Storrett dinking one to the left-hand side, and Dion Kelly-Evans gets there first ahead of Jamie Record, and it's hammered out of play for a Notts throw. Although I say that, it's gone out of play. It actually came off Dion Kelly-Evans. It's out of play for a Solihull Moors throw. It's back with the goalkeeper, Ryan Boot. And now Ryan Boot will give it back into his midfield, where Kyle Storrett, which have played 23 minutes of the second half of the game, hopefully, with the injection of Baldwin, Dennis and Osborne, hopefully will just have a bit of life and a bit of attacking endeavour. We shall see as it's flicked on down by Daniel Wright, and there's actually a player down in the penalty area. I think it's Dion Kelly-Evans again who's taken another knock in this game, and so the referee's going to have to come over and see if he's okay. He was grappling there with Daniel Wright, and yeah, not a good one. So the referee waits for the Notts medical team to come on. That's a nasty one, that.
Yeah, I think he's just felt either a forearm or a little elbow as he competed for that aerial ball at the back post. But yeah, they're looking to obviously play on Dion Kelly-Evans a little bit with them diagonal passes. Danny Wright pulling onto him. He's got the advantage height-wise by, I would say, a good 6 inches, but Dion Kelly-Evans sticking well to his task and making it difficult. As we see the fourth officials board go up, and Notts are going to make, it's going to be a double change, isn't it? Sam Osborne is going to come on. It looks like Nathan Tyson coming off first.
Yes, nice. Nathan Tyson coming off first. It's an interesting board that the fourth official has got, because he can signal to the people who are on the pitch, but to us behind him we can't actually see who's coming on.
The beauty of the National League, they have one-sided boards. Yeah, so they can show one side of the ground at once. Yeah.
Right. Well, NCA Baldwin is coming on. Tom Crawford is coming off as well. So Tom Crawford it's an interesting one, because you can see what he's trying to do. You know, the youngster, and he's just trying to thread some passes through, but at the moment, in fact, Neil Ardley was actually pulled into one side, and he's just talking to Tom Crawford, sort of giving him a bit of post-match advice, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, that's it, a little bit of coaching. You know, he's done all right, Tom Crawford. He's just been a little bit wasteful in possession when he's had a chance. It's been, you know, it's not been a great game for any attacking player. You know, the chances have been few and far between, and defences have largely been on top. But Neil Ardley just having a word with him about 1 or 2 bits, and maybe looking for the wrong option at times, and what he wants from him. But now, with the 2 changes, I think Notts are going to go back to the normal 4-4-2 formation. Wes Thomas is going to go up top alongside Kyle Wootton, and the two lads who come on will go on the flanks.
Well, something had to change, didn't it? And it's going to go down the line towards Beasley, and it's threaded across goal, and it's lashed away by Conor Rawlinson. Good attack as well from Solihull Moors, and you can sort of feel that in the ground here, because it was threaded across goal right towards the near post, and it was Conor Rawlinson who had to stick out a boot and blast that one out of play for a Solihull throw. Maybe Solihull are going to try and take full advantage of the position they're in at the minute, because it's down the right hand side with Terry Hawkridge. It's whipped in as well, and it's headed away. Sam Jones nearly got onto it, and it's struck towards goal. Last ditch challenges from Notts County, and Dion Kelly-Evans leaves it for his goalkeeper Sam Slocum, who jumps out, leaps highest and collects, and now he rolls it out to Dion Kelly-Evans down that side. And it's good play as well from Dion Kelly-Evans, trying to thread one forward, but in the end he just couldn't quite find Sam Osborne, but it goes out of play, and it actually came off a Solihull man and out of play for a Notts throw. But you could just see the attacking endeavour there from even from the goalkeeper Sam Slocum. You could see Dion Kelly-Evans in space down that right hand side for him to run into, and he certainly ran into it, trying to thread the ball through to the substitute Sam Osborne, who's just come on, the 20-year-old, and it's yeah, unfortunately didn't quite come to anything.
No, that's it. You can see Sam Slocum with intent, trying to set Notts off onto a quick counter-attack, because I'm saying that, ironically, that's when Solihull had more bodies forward than they probably have at any time this game, when they're putting the ball into the box there. If we can quickly turn over the ball and counter-attack, then there might be some gaps to exploit, but as you said, on that occasion, it comes to nothing.
924 Notts County fans here today as well. They've not seen much of a spectacle as Baldwin looks to whip one in. It's headed away by Alex Gudger. It's going to drop kindly for Mitch Rose, and it's headed away by Callum Howe this time. It's going to drop again on halfway line, and Alex Lacey will just put his foot through it and send that one down the left hand side, and that one's going to go out of play for a Notts throw. But yeah, we do wonder what the injection of Baldwin and Sam Osborne will do, and like I say, looks like they're going to go back to that 4-4-2 and get Wootton and Wes Thomas involved in the game more. Looks more like the side that we saw down at Woking when they won 4-0. A couple of wonderful goals from Enzio Baldwin, and we could do with one of those today. We've got 27 minutes or 27 and a half minutes of the second half played, and it's still 0-0. The game just needs something, a chance, a half chance, even a bit of a nice interchange of passing will do, Stan.
Anything at this moment in time. We'll
Begging
take
you.
anything. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it. But again, you've got to go back to Notts being the away team. They're going to be more satisfied with this at this moment in time. It's scrappy, yes, but you know they've managed the game reasonably well up to this point, and who knows? We're certainly hoping in the next 15, 16 minutes or so of this second half that they can go on and nick a winner by hook or by crook.
Indeed, but Solihull Moors do have the free kick about 30 yards out, maybe a little bit more. It was, I think it was Mitch Rose who was the guilty man who brought his man down. So Solihull will have a free kick. With a reminder again that Forest are in action tomorrow against Wigan at the City Ground, a sold out City Ground as well. And that'll be live on match day from 2 o'clock. Kick off at 3, and then of course we'll have updates on Mansfield's trip to Bradford in League 2 as well. So we shall see what will happen with this free kick. We've played 28 and a half minutes live on BBC Radio Nottingham. I think it's going to be Terry Hawkridge to whip one in towards the far post, and it's headed away by Carl Wootton, who's back defending it, but it's going to break away again. Now here goes Jamie Record. Record whips in a good ball as well. It's flicked away, and Notts eventually get the ball cleared away, but there's nobody there on the break because Tyrone Williams has just sat there on the halfway line, and he can pick up the loose ball unchallenged and send it back in the direction of the Notts goal. It's on towards the edge of the penalty area, cleared away though. Carl Wootton is still back defending, he needs to get a little bit further up the pitch, and now off goes Wes Thomas down the line looking for Sam Osborne over on that opposite flank this time, and Osborne's going to try and go on his own here. Still with Osborne heading towards the penalty area. Still Osborne pokes it through back towards Baldwin, and it's on towards Carl Wootton, struck towards goal, and it's curled over the top by Wes Thomas, and that's probably the best chance that Notts have had so far. But it's been a good break down that left hand side, started by Osborne as well. A real attacking endeavour down that left hand side. He got Baldwin involved as well, and then on towards Wootton, and then Wes Thomas unfortunately just couldn't quite control his shot, and he goes out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, certainly the best build up we've seen of play in this second half from Notts there, breaking quickly. One of the few opportunities we've had where anyone to get the ball and to run, and it was Sam Osborne down that left hand side making 30-40 yards in front of him, just squares the ball into Enzio Baldwin, who sets it back for Wes Thomas, and you can see what he's trying to do, trying to bend it with his instep of his left foot, but just leans back too much, gets too much air on it, and it's never going to threaten Ryan Boot in that Solihull goal.
No, we nearly saw there just a moment ago while Stahl was talking that Jake Beasley was trying to latch onto a flick header, and he completely missed the ball. It's not an easy chance to take as it was coming over his shoulder. He tried to lash it towards goal, in the end he completely missed it. Rather fortunately for Notts, as it rolled through towards Sam Slocum, who rolls it out, and it's down the left hand side this time with Doyle, who dinks one down the line looking for Carl Wootton, but it's a little dinked ball picked off well by Hawkridge, but Wootton's won it in a good position here. It's going to be lashed across goal, and it's going to be stabbed in! And it's Wes Thomas, I think, with the goal at the far post. It's right where we can't see it, but thankfully Wes Thomas saw it, stabbed in at the near post. Carl Wootton won the ball, drive towards the penalty area, down the left-hand channel, lashed it across the face of goal, and on hand was Wes Thomas to tap home from close range, and that's exactly what we've needed in this game, and that's a goal with 15 minutes to go. Notts have the lead at Solihull Moors.
Well, exactly what we were talking about. We don't care that it's been boring, we don't care there's been no chances in the game. If Notts go and get the first goal, and hopefully that will be the last goal of the game, but that's exactly what they've done. Took advantage of a bit of sloppy defending from Solihull. I can't see the defender on the far side, dallied on the ball. Carl Wootton does really well, takes the ball off him and turns and attacks the penalty area, and has the presence of mind with the outside of his right foot to feed it across the 6-yard box to strike partner Wes Thomas, who's at the back post, slides it into that unguarded net, and Notts probably just about deserving of this 1-goal lead, but I think that is a stretch. But I tell you what, we don't care how it comes. They're one to the good.
You did say by hook or by crook earlier, Stan. That's exactly what has happened. Good pressure from Carl Wootton as well to win the ball off the last defender, lashed it across goal as well, as you were saying, and then it was kindly tapped in by Wes Thomas. A striker's finish as well, on hand, in the right place, right time as well. It gives Notts the lead, and like you say, it was one of those games where it needed something, either a mistake or something special to break the deadlock, and that's exactly what we had, courtesy of a mistake from Solihull Moors. And so Notts, hopefully they can either see this game out or try and take the game to Solihull and see make sure they win comfortably.
Well, that's it, exactly. It's brought them Notts fans to life, all 924 of them, that have made the journey. The wheelbarrow song blaring out now as we've got 12 and a bit minutes of this second half to go, and Notts will be in no hurry to carry on with the game. We've got to see what Solihull have got to do. They've got to twist on. They've got to change from how they've been all game, because I'm amazed at the lack of attacking endeavour the home team have shown. For a team that's sat 5th in the table in the playoffs, to show so little attacking intent in this game has been incredible. And I think, you know, they have got the just desserts at this moment in time, being 1 goal behind.
I completely agree with that, style, because like we were saying, Solihull Moors, they're the home side. You'd think they'd really go at Notts and try and get something from this game, but they really haven't. They've not really created a great deal of chances, and whenever they have created chances, they've been really tame shots or really ambitious shots from the halfway line. The ball is flicked in into the Notts penalty area there as I break off, and it's going to be cleared away. It's going to break towards Storer, and now off go Notts, again breaking forward in numbers. It's 4 on 3, and look at this break here with Sam Osborne heading forward towards goal. Sam Osborne's going to try and go on his own. Here's where Thomas pulls it back towards Sam Osborne. Little twist and turn of the feet. It's still with Osborne again on towards Baldwin. Baldwin twists and turns, shoots. Good save from the goalkeeper. Had to get there, and it was cleared away. It was a lovely break from Notts, and combining well with Osborne and Wes Thomas, and Enzio Baldwin struck it goalwards with his right foot, and it was palmed away by the goalkeeper Ryan Boot. And now all of a sudden that goal has really injected a bit of life into Notts County and to this game as well.
Absolutely, and very nearly Notts followed up with a second there. Ryan Boot having to make probably his first save of the game, but for a moment the break there, a 4 on 3 counter-attack. Sam Osborne carried the ball, and you felt they just overplayed a little bit, but in the end it found its way back to Osborne. He pulled the trigger, and Ryan Boot making a good save to his right.
Notts lose it in midfield though, and it's out wide towards Jimmy Ball. He's had a very quiet second half compared to the first. It's headed away by Conor Rawlinson. It's going to drop towards Storer. Storer, about 35 yards from goal, has to steer it back to Callum Howe, and Callum Howe's going to try one here. He's dinking one over the top, and that's I thought that had just stayed in the stadium. It did not, and that one goes out of play, and we're going to need a new ball. But again, it was Notts who lost it in midfield, and Solihull Moors tried to break forward, and in the end they were reduced to shooting outside their own penalty, outside the Notts penalty area, and the Notts fans appreciate that as well. We've got just over 10 minutes to go, live on BBC Radio Nottingham, and the Notts fans are in full voice as well behind the goal. Yeah,
absolutely, and judging on that, Callum Howe doesn't step out of defence very often and rifle one in from 35 yards. We've seen some flights leave that airport, they've not gone as far as that shot ended up there. But,
lovely.
We're happy to see that go, and Sam Slocum will take his time with the goal kick. Notts just regrouping, making sure they see this game. Well, typically the ref's going to get involved and give Sam Slocum a yellow card for taking too much time.
Oh, dear me. Well, I mean, an interesting decision from the referee, because Sam Slocum did take a little while. It was probably back there singing with some of the Notts fans who are making plenty of noise, but yeah, Sam Slocum is the second player to go into the book. The referee is hopefully going to try and get the game back underway rather quickly, although now we've got 10 minutes left to go, and it's very much a case of stick or twist really. Do not stick with the 1-0 and just defend as much as they can, or are they going to really go for broke and try and really punish Solihull?
They've got to manage the game. They've got to do exactly what they've been doing all game. They've managed it fairly comfortably, keep the ball moving, try and keep possession, but always try and offer that attacking threat, because they may need this second goal.
And off goes Sam Osborne in search of that second goal down the right hand side, looking to whip one towards the far post where Enzio Baldwin is waiting. He's going to try and use his pace to keep the ball in play, and he didn't in the end. I thought he did there, thought he got there. Difficult to see over on the far side. Quick mention about the goal as well. Wes Thomas was exactly where the pillar is, and in that third of the goal that we can't see, and there he was on hand to tap home to give Notts the lead a couple of minutes or so ago.
Yeah, thankfully he could see, and it was good work from the two lads. Sometimes as a manager it doesn't always pay off when you make changes, but today he's gone from the 4-3-3, makes the changes, brings Sam Osborne and Enzio and goes back to 4-4-2, and without any good build-up play or anything like that, just the two strikers linking up together, taking advantage of a Solihull mistake, and that's what's put Notts 1 goal to the good.
Carl Storer dinks one wide over towards Jimmy Ball over on the right hand side, back in field to Tyrone Williams, infield back to Storer again, the former League 2 experienced midfielder. Up towards Jimmy Ball, but Notts wing it back. It's with Baldwin, who sends one forward, and actually I think Notts have won a free kick. Yeah, possibly for offside, not entirely sure who was offside, but a linesman flag did go up, and so Notts will have a free kick and another opportunity to tick down some final seconds.
Yes, Sam Slocum again taking his time. Refs love to do that, don't they? Book goalkeepers for time wasting. I've never yet seen one do it twice in the same game and send the keeper off, and I hope I'm not tempting fate that we're going to see it for the first time here. Mr. Mr. Bell, the referee,
yes,
becomes a thirst. We don't want to see that.
I'm sure Sam Slocum is smart enough to think, right, I've got my yellow card now, I'm going to be a little bit quicker with distributing the ball. He pops the ball down midway inside the Notts half and lashes it forward. Right-footed, plenty of height and distance on that goal kick as well, up towards Carl Wootton. It nearly broke for Mitch Rose on halfway, but Carl Storer had to poke it back to his goalkeeper under a bit of pressure from Wes Thomas, and Ryan Boot sends a boot through the ball. It's headed away easily by Alex Lacey, and to be honest, between them, Alex Lacey and Conor Rawlinson have not had a great deal to do at the back, but whenever they have been called upon, they've done extremely well just to mark the front three of lots of Paul McCallum and Sam Jones, Daniel Wright, Jake Beasley involved as well.
Yeah, I just wondered today, Alex Lacey's come in and looked impressive in his first couple of games, but I thought a different sort of threat today with Solihull being direct, but he stood up to it well, won his fair share of headers and been strong.
It's a possible late challenge on Enzio Baldwin there from the Solihull midfielder, but it's cleared away down the left-hand side where Carl Wootton picks it up and gives it back to Baldwin. Now it's just sent one, route one, through the middle where Wes Thomas is galloping to try and get there, and it's a bobbly ball back to the goalkeeper, Ryan Boot, and there was a bit of a tangle there between Wes Thomas and I think it was Callum Howe. Nothing doing there from the referee. It's going to be flicked on back in towards midfield with Kyle Storer. Storer switching play and diagonal ball over to the left-hand side towards Jamie Record. Not seen too much of him in this second half, and Record gives it in field. I thought that hit the referee there, but it didn't. It goes through on towards Jimmy Ball. Jimmy Ball back in field towards Kyle Storer, looking to strike one. He does strike one, and that's like a number of the shots this afternoon. Goes high and wide of Sam Slocum's goal.
Yeah, Kyle Storer into the Callum Howe book of striking a ball from 25-30 yards. Just no sort of technique on that. You're not going to score from 25-30 yards. He just sort of tried to clip or float the ball there. You've got to put your laces through it if you're going to trouble a goalkeeper like Sam Slocum. But couldn't find the target, thankfully. Into the Notts fans who are gladly singing the Solihull away chant at the away to our left. And although the game hasn't been particularly entertaining, 3 points, if that's how it's going to be, will certainly be more than entertaining for the Notts fans and take us into 2020 on the back of 3 wins.
Exactly, and Notts are 5 minutes plus stoppage time away from that third win on the bounce in the league, and that'll be a first time this season. So yeah, that shot there from Kyle Storer, nearly blocking the 1640 flight to Alicante from Birmingham Airport. So that's pretty much where it landed. Now here goes Ryan Boot, the goalkeeper, to take this free kick, as a couple of players are warming up for both sides. Christian Dennis is one of them. So the ball is sent in towards the Notts County penalty area, and that one goes out of play for a goal kick. Came off Kyle Storer in the end. He sticks his arms out saying, "It didn't hit me, ref," but the referee saying, "Yes, it did." Goal kick, and so with 5 minutes left to go, Notts County have just got to see this game out, and hopefully they'll try and get all 3 points. As Pierce Bird is actually going to be the man to come on. Christian Dennis has been sent back to the dugout. We won't see him this afternoon, but Pierce Bird looks like he's going to be coming on to try and tighten up at the back and just make sure Solihull Moors do not get any sight of goal.
Yeah, I think that's an understandable substitution in the last 5 minutes of the game. We've just seen there from the free kick halfway inside their own half. No other intention. Ryan Boot's going to come and take it, and he's just going to launch it high and long into that Notts penalty area. So a little bit of added height in the frame and the shape of Pierce Bird, and he will come on and replace the goal scorer, Wes Thomas.
Yes, so a defensive change for Neil Ardley. So 4 minutes to go plus stoppage time, and so Notts look like they're going to go to a back three, maybe play like a 3-4-1-2 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what Neil Ardley's tactics are with it. It's a back three.
It's 3 centre halves and then 2 wing backs, but I think they're going to be tucked in as a back 5 pretty much. 4 in midfield and then just Kyle Wootton on his own up front.
So you do get the sense that Solihull are going to go for broke here and try and get something from this game. They don't have long though. Live on BBC Radio Nottingham, it's nicely poised as Notts do have the lead by a goal to nil here at Solihull Moors with back 3.5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. The ball is back in Solihull territory with the goalkeeper Ryan Boot. And now it's sent forward, or going to be sent forward by Tyrone Williams. It's a long ball up towards, oh dear, it's going to be towards Daniel Wright, and there's a player down in the box, and that's going to be a Solihull corner. Not entirely sure if the referee was right there with that decision.
Well, it was a scrappy bit of play. Was it Mitch Rose trying to tidy up, and he felt he got nudged over as he's seeing the ball, shepherding the ball out, but the referee giving it as a corner to Solihull, and there are plenty of bodies in the penalty area. Pretty much everybody bar Ryan Boot, the Solihull goalkeeper, and Jamie Record are in the Notts penalty box.
Yes, and Terry Hawkridge is going to take the corner, the former Notts man. Notts don't have long to see out this game. Or rather that, Solihull Moors don't have long to get an equaliser from this game, and see how Notts can defend at this corner. Terry Hawkridge just picks the ball up and puts it back down again, wearing those red boots, and Notts have got everybody back. It will be Terry Hawkridge to whip one in towards the far post. It's headed back across goal, and it's out of play for a goal kick. A rather tame header in the end from Callum Howe, and that one goes out of play, thankfully, for a goal kick for Notts.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a decent half chance for a header, wasn't he? He managed to get himself free. I think it was Guja, the centre half, but it was just a glancing, unconvincing header for a centre half, and it was never going to trouble the Notts County goal, eventually going 4 or 5 yards wide of that far post. But it was a chance for him to direct it into that 6-yard box where there were numerous bodies, and there could have been all sorts of chaos. But Notts stand firm, and so they could just waste a few more seconds, a few more minutes. Just need to get hold of the ball a little bit, just to make it easy on themselves.
Indeed, they can't lose the game if they have the ball, as it's played down the line and looped over the top, looking for Daniel Wright, and Wright's going to try and twist and turn. Good play from Dion Kelly-Evans to win the ball back. He thought it came off Daniel Wright, but it goes out of play, and now Solihull have got an opportunity to launch a throw into the Notts penalty area. They're being backed by 924 Notts County fans of the Magpies as they try and see out this game. So it's going to be the substitute George Carline to whip in this throw. Got plenty of distance on it. It's looped up in the air. It's going to be smashed away by Sam Osborne. Just got really everything behind that up towards halfway in, but good play from George Carline to win it back off Enzia border in, and now Solihull Moors can come again.
Yeah, big header though by Cannell Rawlinson, winning from that long throw, and Sam Osborne completing the clearance, but it's just coming back, straight back from Solihull. Long
ball in towards the penalty area again. It's going to break towards Carline. It's actually struck towards goal. It was a last-ditch challenge in the end from Rawlinson to block it again. It's with Williams, dinks one towards the edge of the 6-yard box, hook towards goal. Big save from Sam Sloken, still not cleared, and eventually it's cleared away in the end, and Notts really hanging on here, and there's a big clash in the penalty area. Not entirely sure who it is. It looks like a really nasty injury, because all the Notts players and the Solihull players stuck an arm up as if to say this could well be a serious injury. Not entirely sure who it is. Is it Doyle?
I think it's Dion Kelly-Evans. So he's the man that I think has just cleared the ball.
No, it's Rose. I think it's Mitch Rose.
Mitch Rose, yeah. We're just getting confirmation. Mitch Rose, who's down. There's a little bit of a scramble, certainly in there. Solihull keeping the ball alive. It looked like Sam Slocum was going to come and claim it, but it sort of sprawled free from his grasp, and there it must have been Mitch Rose just clearing it away from the line. There's 3 or 4 bodies from both teams converging on it, trying to force it over the line from a Solihull perspective and away from Notts. Eventually Mitch Rose cleared it, but it'll be another long throw into the Notts penalty area.
There's going to be 4 minutes added on here for Notts to hang on as the throw comes in. It's still not cleared. Volleyed towards goal. Shouts for handball against Notts, not given. And it's actually not entirely sure what's given here. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick. There we go. Linesman's flag went up, but because he's over on the far side, it was it was very difficult to see what position he was in, and so he said, you know what, it's going to. I think it had already gone out of play, or whether it was going to be a free kick to Notts. Either way, Notts won't care because they have the ball. And we are 30 seconds into the 4 minutes of added time. But yeah, Mitch Rose, as we were saying, is back on his feet. Maybe not as nasty as that one. It looked a nasty one, but thankfully Mitch Rose is a big, strong cookie.
Yeah, so, he is, and thankfully he was the first man there and the first to react, I think, as the loose ball just bobbled worryingly near the Notts goal. And Carl Wootton does well winning a free kick for Notts. They just need to take the sting out of this game. It has been kitchen sink stuff from Solihull, launching the ball into the penalty area at every opportunity. Long throws, free kicks. And they're putting plenty of bodies in there asking questions, but so far Notts defending resolutely.
So Michael Doyle has the ball inside Solihull territory, midway inside the Solihull half, ready to take this free kick, and Notts are leaving 3 defenders back against 2 attackers, and so it's just a case of winding down the clock. We've got just a couple of minutes of the 4 added on left to go, and now here goes Dion Kelly-Evans down that right hand side. It comes off Kelly-Evans, and now off come Solihull Moors down the left-hand side, and it's threaded through looking for Daniel Wright, and it's actually with Jake Beasley trying to dart his way down that left-hand side. It's actually going to be cleared away well by Connell Rawlinson. It's back with Solihull again. Now here goes Callum Howe, a bit of space for him to try and fire the ball forward, but he plays it back to his goalkeeper, which is rather bizarre. He had all the time and space in the world to play it forward. It's a really interesting approach from Solihull. Hopefully it won't come off, but we've got 2 minutes to go of stoppage time as Michael Doyle nods it back into, well, he's looking for Hitch Rose. In the end, he didn't quite come off, and it's poked through towards Daniel Wright, cleared away by Dion Kelly-Evans, and now Notts are just going to happily sit back and just try and absorb all this Solihull Moors pressure. The ball is out wide towards Jimmy Ball. Good reverse ball as well down towards George Carline. Carline whips the ball in as well. Good header away from Rawlinson. Had to get there at the far post. It's going to be volleyed clear away by Dion Kelly-Evans. It's more up than out. It's going to drop in front of the dugout towards Neil Ardley. And Neil Ardley just happy to let that one roll past him, try and waste a couple more valuable seconds. And so George Carline looks to take this throw. Neil Ardley barking instructions. We've got just over a minute of the 4 added on. Notts still leading by a goal to nil. Nicely poised. If Notts can just try and clear the ball away. It's launched in from Carline, headed away though. I think it was Sam Osborne who got the header. It's back with Carline again. It's dinked towards the far post, edge of the area, and it's still not clear. It's going to be volleyed goal. Oh, what a save that is! What a fantastic save from Sam Slocum. Volleyed goalwards, and that could well be the save of the season, style, because he had to dart very quickly to his left hand side and palm it away. That looked goal bound. Not entirely sure who caught the volley, because I was too busy looking at Sam Slocum's big left hand, and it was, oh my goodness.
Well, we don't care who caught the volley. It was a fantastic save, and is it a save that keeps Notts 2 points intact today? Are they going to lead with all 3? If they do, a massive thank you to Sam Slocum with that unbelievable save. Potentially a
match-winning save. It's coming again with the throw, and now Notts look to break because Enzio Baldwin, he was like he was going to be clean through on goal there as it was broke forward, but now Notts have got a 3-on-1 attack here, starting with Baldwin on halfway. Solihull Moors can't get back because it's with Baldwin again. He tries to steer it clear, but he's just going to run to the corner flag and just try and see out this game. Smart play from Enzio Baldwin over towards the corner flag again, but he's slipped, and now he's rather wasted that chance there because of a 3-on-1 counter attack. And Enzio Baldwin tries to clear it. He doesn't do. The referee blows his whistle, and Notts have won this game. It wasn't the best game, but Notts will not care because they've got their 3rd win in a row for the 3rd time this season.